feel the spike. Yeah. His sister feels successful.
Okay, on the back of your study guide. You know where you're finished up and get to the back of your study guide. Number 11, we are not going to do. The one that corresponds to that on the test, we're not going to do either, so you can mark 11 out. So let's get to 12. 12 asks us for a couple of things. It asks us to talk about the degree, and it asks us to talk about the leading coefficient. L-E-A-D-I-N-G, not two N's. So we're going to talk about degree and leading coefficient. Okay, so looking at that graph on number 12, what I notice is that the ends go in opposite directions, so its degree is odd. So you're thinking a 1, a 3, a 5, a 7, something like that. I know that it's not a 1 because it's not a line. How many times do you see that graph take a turn? 2. Very good. The number of turns is always 1 less than the degree. So we know the degree on number 12 has to be 3. Okay, the leading coefficient, we could actually do some work with those zeros that it gives you on there and solve it and find out what it exactly is. But I just want us to describe it as what type of number is it. Is our leading coefficient going to be a positive number or a negative number? So if you look at that graph on number 12, it is going uphill first. So Grant is correct. It is a positive leading coefficient. Yep, that's it. Easy as easy.
So I might get
Going uphill first.
Yeah, I might get one right. I might get one.
Read it left to right, and it goes uphill left to right. Okay, on 13, we're going to look at A, and we're going to eliminate B.
Taking out B?
Yep, but we are going to do A. Same on the test. On 13, we're going to eliminate B, but we are going to do A. So everybody ready? We write those functions that it gives us. A is actually pretty easy. It says that G is equal to 6t to the 4th plus 3t cubed minus 2t squared plus 5t plus 60. And then what's the other one? J. J is, oops, that's a bad J. J is 3t to the 4th minus 3t cubed plus 5t squared.
Why would they use it?
I know, I don't like it either. Minus 5t plus 45. Okay, so you can read the problem there. G is the number in billions of new green T cells. J is the number of billions of new fruit juice cells. So it says during 20-year periods, they can be modeled by those equations. So part A says find a new model for A for the total number of green tea and fruit juice cells. So if you're looking for the total number of green tea and fruit juice cells, what are you doing to find that out? What if there were 50 green tea and 30 fruit juice? What would the total be? Okay. Yep. If there were, answer my little baby question, if there were 50 green tea and 30 fruit juice, the total would be 80. You just add them. So same thing here, even though they're equations, you're just going to add them. So all you're going to do is add like terms. Now it tells you what to name your new, find a new model A. So we're going to say A equals, and I'm just going to start adding like terms. So I've got t's to the 4th on both of them, so 6 of them and 3 of them gives me 9 of them. T cubes, those are going to cancel. 3t cubed and negative 3t cubed, that's nothing, he gone. Squareds, I got a -2 and a 5, so that's 3. My t's cancel too, don't they? 5 and -5, that's nothing, he gone. And then on my constants, 60 and 45 would be 105. So that would be your answer for part A on that. And then we're going to skip B.
We use X on those.
Yes, you can change those to X's, be a lot easier.
You didn't think you could get rid of this?
One of the afternoon classes are shorter and they didn't get through the front. Alright, ready for the last one. A little tricky on the first part of the last one.
Are we not doing D on the
No.
test either?
Nope. It's a. Alright, we got the volume. V of x is 27x squared minus 9x. Okay, so it gives you the volume of that cylinder over there. It says that W of x is going to be 1/3. See that where it says that W of x would equal 1/3 V of 1/3 of x. So that's like we're either shrinking or stretching this one by 1/3 or 3, depending, that's what it's dealing with. Now what's tricky is that 1/3 has to go in on both x's. So if I'm looking at 1/3 right here and that x is being squared, I got to square my 1/3. So 1/9 times 27. So what is 1/9 times 27? Let me write down what we're doing so y'all can make notes.
Isn't it 3?
Okay, so we still got our x's on there also. So 1/3 squared is 1/9, and 1/9 times 27 gets us a 3x squared. What is 9 times 1/3? 3. So there's your first answer for that last one. Okay, now the next question says, with our new formula here, what would W of 15 be? So it wants us to work this out now. That's one answer. Let me start with, wants us to work this out now, plug in a 15 in. So holler at me when you get it. What'd you get? 630 is correct. And I didn't read the problem to you because you can read. The reason you're dealing with 1/3 and 3 on this stuff is because you're making a conversion in that formula from feet to yards. So this 630 is actually going to be in feet. But I probably wouldn't mark it wrong if you didn't put that, but that's what that actually is. That's why it was 1/3. I didn't read all the problem to you.
So what's the second question?
Alright, let me tell you what we're fixing to bring down.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, that was it.